Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and in this video I'll be looking at the C5 robot vacuum cleaner from OKP. This is a much smaller robot vacuum cleaner than most, so its size is able to squeeze more easily between narrow spaces and furniture around your home. And with its playful, real-time video playback, compact size, childlike voice, and the illustrative facial expressions on its digital display, the C5 adds a unique level of fun to your traditional robot vacuum cleaner. In the box you get a paper user manual, a 2-meter magnetic boundary strip, a wall adapter to power the charging station. There is the charging station itself and the pint-sized C5 vacuum. There are 4 side brushes in the box, 2 of which are spare, and there's also a spare HEPA filter and a small cleaning comb. Looking over the vacuum, its size is 25.5 centimeters wide and just 8 centimeters in height, which makes it recognizably smaller than other vacuums. Its charging dock is also quite small, so it makes it easier to position it around the home or under furniture. On the front of the vacuum, there are sensors, a camera, and 2 LED lights. Its bumper isn't mechanical. Instead, it uses a sensitive solid rubber bumper strip around the front of the vacuum. On top, there is a digital display, 2 buttons to command the C5 to start or pause cleaning, and also to return to the dock. There's a small rubber tab at the back, which allows you to lift its lid upwards to reveal a power switch and its removable waste container underneath. The waste bin has a removable HEPA filter, and although its small form factor limits its size to just 250 milliliters in size, it is a little bit bigger than the small competition vacuums that are out there. Underneath there are a few anti-fall sensors, 2 driving wheels, and 2 contact charging points for the dock. There's also a small maneuvering wheel, a narrow suction intake in the middle, and 2 replaceable side brushes. For its size, the C5 has a surprising 6,800 PA of suction power in its highest power mode setting, which is plenty to pick up various levels of dust and dirt, and this power is adjusted in its companion app between 4 modes: quiet, standard, powerful, and super powerful mode. To set up the vacuum, you first locate a suitable position for the docking station and connect the dock to its power adapter. Then attach the 2 side brushes underneath and turn on the vacuum via the main power switch on top. Finally, place the vacuum onto the docking station to charge it. Whilst the vacuum charges, I downloaded the OKP companion app and followed its instructions to add and connect the C5 to my home Wi-Fi network. Once connected, the app offers some of the most common suite of basic functions and features. However, compared to other vacuums, the options to customize the vacuum is rather limiting. From the app, you can start and pause cleaning to order the vacuum to return to the charging station. You can also switch between its 4 suction power levels, locate the vacuum if it's lost, set up a cleaning schedule, update the vacuum over air, and control the vacuum remotely using its onboard camera and LED lights for low light areas. The C5 has a number of expression faces and symbols on its top digital display. Its facial expressions illustrate various modes from starting up and cleaning and automatically charging. Along with its childlike voice announcements,
please install the dustbin.
This makes the C5 feel quite fun and youthful, although it may be a little bit too childlike for some. Sadly, there are no other voice packs to download, so you're stuck with the commands being issued by what sounds like a 5-year-old child. Out of the box, its battery was at 24%, so this wasn't enough to clean my entire home. So I first tested the vacuum in a small contained area. Once I selected the start cleaning option, the C5 launched itself from the dock, and the vacuum followed a set direction from the dock and started cleaning the floor space in a zigzag-like pattern. The C5 has 4 cleaning modes. The first cleans the whole area of your floor space in a zigzag direction. The second mode will clean the floor space in a similar way, but in random directions until it cleans the whole area. The third mode will just clean around the edges of your home, and the fourth mode will spot clean within an area of around 1 meter square. As the C5 cleans your floor space, it displays its progress and its location within it inside its companion app. Unlike most other vacuums of this price range though, the C5 doesn't store or save your room layout for use later in cleaning sessions. Instead, it will display its progress in real time and store the recorded floor space map in its cleaning history. Now, because of this, there are many expected functions missing from the app, such as selecting a set area or a specific room to clean in your home, creating no-go zones, to being able to send the vacuum to a specific area to carry out a spot clean. Instead, the vacuum will only vacuum the whole area of your floor space, and spot cleans are carried out either from the dock's location or by controlling the vacuum remotely to the spot and selecting spot clean. This vacuum also has a surveillance mode where you can view its onboard camera and listen out through its microphone to operate the vacuum remotely whilst you're away. You can also save photos and videos to your camera roll during this function, which is fun at first, but I did find it unfortunate that you couldn't vacuum during this mode. Another limitation of the C5 is that it uses the same older method of using a magnetic strip to block or prevent the vacuum from entering an area you don't wish it to go. The length of this strip is just over 2 meters, which can be enough to span most corridors or areas of the floor space that you don't want the C5 to go. It works well, but I find it isn't as good as being able to set up multiple no-go zones in its app. As performance goes, its 6,800 PA of maximum suction will certainly pick up heavy dirt, stones and debris. But if you were to clean the entire house this way, it will likely take a recharge or two to complete an entire clean. I vacuumed 25 square meters of floor space using its third powerful suction mode, and it finished at around 50% of its battery remaining. So to mirror this battery life, it did clean all my 45 square meters of floor space in my home within the same power setting, and it achieved this in 95 minutes, which is around 30 minutes longer than my usual robot vacuum with a much wider cleaning area. At around 10 to 15%, it will always return to the base station to recharge, so you can't really utilize the full 100%. The vacuum has a certain level of carpet or rug detection, which will see it increase its suction power. However, I found this to be a little bit hit and miss most of the time. Sometimes it would increase power for a few seconds and then immediately reduce it, even though it was still sitting on the same surface. Its small form factor and narrow wheel size can sometimes struggle to get on top of some thicker rugs, and it was a challenge for it to move between a narrow transition of hard floor and rug areas of my home. Its smaller size will mean it will be doing more passes in your home than a larger vacuum would. So if you have a large floor space, then I would recommend getting a much standard size vacuum instead. However, if you just want a robot vacuum to tidy a single room or a small floor space, the C5 may be up for the task. However, with a few limited abilities over vacuums of a much cheaper or similar price range. This C5 vacuum from OKP retails for $248.88 with coupon from Amazon US, £249.99 with voucher from Amazon UK, and €379.99 with a coupon from Amazon DE. And I'll leave links to these stores in the description down below so you can learn more about this vacuum and buy yourself one. At this price, I would struggle to recommend the C5 robot vacuum. Its small size can seem like a positive feature for certain areas around your home, but I personally found it to offer more negatives than positives, especially when there are much more capable robot vacuums for the same price or less than this C5. Its charging dock, although small, did move quite easily when the vacuum docked or left it to clean. The dock also has no ability to stow any of the excess charging cable in either, likely due to its small size. Although its 250ml waste bin is large enough than its similar size competition, it did need some regular emptying after a few cleans. And I don't believe there is a full bin sensor either, so you have to keep checking to see if this bin is full. And I also found that the way the bin is designed, it was a little bit too easy for it to drop its contents that it had previously sucked up. Emptying it was also quite awkward because you'll need to move two of the components inside before you actually get to empty the contents. But other than these limitations, due to its small form factor, I did find the biggest issue I had was through its companion app. Setup and navigating functions were easy and nicely laid out, but with no ability of saving maps of your home, this makes managing the vacuum far more demanding of your own time, which really shouldn't be the case with a robot vacuum. Unless you live in a minimalistic house with hardly any objects on the floor, your home is likely never really ready for a robot cleaner to go around it. unsupervised, no matter how intelligent it might be. Without being able to specifically select rooms to clean, you have to make sure you either lay down its boundary strip or be on standby to make sure that the vacuum goes where you want it to go. And with competing vacuums costing less or similar that offer this kind of function, if you really want a robot to work for you rather than against you, I would personally look for a robot with a bit more intelligence than this one. If you'd like to check out another great robot vacuum review of mine, you can check out this video here, and I'll see you there. Leave us a thumbs up if you liked this content and you found it useful, and comments are always welcome if you have any questions about the C5 vacuum from OKP. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.